Great harmony of the doctors. Brief introduction of Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital. Ridges and peaks of Taihang Mountain are magnificent, and the bluish wave of Hute River are ripples. Here is the Yanzhou land. Shijiazhuang, a capital city of Hebei province of China, has been developed along the construction of the railway. It's like a bright pearl inlaid in the Yanzhou land. This city has a superior geographic position and has been around Beijing city since the ancient time. It's the birthplace of countless famous scholars and doctors. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital gathered the anima of Yanzhou culture and the great achievements of the saints and wise men, closely follow the steps of the time, save the patient from the sufferings. 20 years trials and hardships, 20 years hard working. This hospital has achieved great achievements in the prevention and the treatment of kidney disease. Take the treatment with well understanding, and to be hospitalized with a steady heart is the slogan of the hospital. To cherish the interest of life with full efforts, to build a harmonious hospital without stop for a century, has interpreted the meaning of asking for health from the thinking. Culture, connotation, and value highlight. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital was founded in 1986. Get a bird's eye view of the hospital. The design of the square in front of Building A and Building B is concentration of the enterprise culture. The construct of the sixth road has the meanings of the heaven is round and the earth is square. This also means that development is the truth, and the design still look like a turtle shell with long ears. We pursue the theory of concentric circles. If someone wants to succeed in his cause, he should first have the correct values, because the outlook of value is the important factor to guide his attitudes and behaviors. For all hospitals, the patient is the central point. The patient should be well served. The staff working on the first line should focus on the patient, and the staff working on the second line should serve for the first line so as to lighten the pressure of the first line and make them put all the efforts on the patient. The other lines will do like this by order. The leaders of the hospital are all doing the service work. The staff working on the fifth line will serve for the whole hospital. What we did is bring the rule and the regulations, quantized and to be detailed to carry out. Majestic structure of group company. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital, under the leadership of Mr. Cao Xitong, Vice Chairman of the group company. After 24 years, it has been developed from a small clinic with several staff to a large, middle-sized medical institute with the building areas 48,000 square meters. Now, we have 4 Western-style high-rising buildings and 2 auxiliary buildings covering the land of 3.3 hectares. At the beginning of the construction, the hospital was designed according to the state standard of a first-class specialized hospital. Up to now, we have built 30 inpatient areas with 1,000 beds, and the occupancy rate of bed is more than 95%. There are more than 1,000 staff working in the hospital now. Among them, 106 staff are expert, and 760 staff are medical staff. Being a specialized hospital, especially a specialized hospital for kidney disease, it's rare in China that the hospital has 200 beds, and the hospitalized patients are over 200. There is no one hospital like ours that there are more than 1,000 beds, 1,000 hospitalized patients, and 1,000 staff working in the hospital. Such large scale are showing that the comprehensive and the professional ability of the hospital, and also showing the professional characteristics and the treatment effectiveness, as well as the reliability of professional value. The Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital had the sub-branch of Kidney Disease Research Institute, Stem Cell Research Center, Kidney Disease Academic Exchange Center, Training Center, International Communication Center, and Xintai Falls People's Hospital. Besides, according to the demands of the development, we have set up another 2 new branches: Diabetical Nephropathy Department and Chinese Herbal Baths Treatment Center. At the same time, for characterizing development, Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital is intensely preparing a medicine company, Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Research Institute and Stem Cell Research Center. This institute mainly task is the clinical research of the kidney disease and the key problem of difficult and complicated case. At the same time, it's still in charge of the daily management of cured cases. At present, basic and clinical history research of stem cells in treating kidney disease is going on. Clinical record of stem cell transplant have already been made by cooperating with the kidney disease surgical department. A chemical exchange center is charged with the external and foreign affairs communication and cooperation. Up to now, we have communicated about 700 friendly cooperative medical and research institutions at home and abroad. China, famous expert forum, one of the most important communication and cooperation projects, has pushed the research of kidney disease treatment to a new high tide. At present, more than 100 of well-known experts from famous first-class hospitals such as Beijing 301 Army Hospital, Sino Japanese Friendship Hospital, Beijing Medical University Hospital, and the Beijing University Hospital, more than 100 well-known kidney disease experts such as Zhang Youkang, Fan Minhua, Wang Yue, Liu Hongfang, Li Jian, Li Hang, Li Wenge, and so on, came here for the fixed point exchange and joint research. The start of this project means to gather the wisdom of the medical field and push the course of the kidney disease treatment in China to a new stage. Training center of the hospital is the special training institution of the kidney disease hospital. It's mainly in charge of the post-training of the new staff and the further education of the working staff. The teachers are all the professors, professional experts, and hospital directors with rich treatment knowledge and practical clinical experience. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital is the only one specialized hospital with the most particular and complete department in the field of kidney disease treatment in China. According to the different kinds of the kidney disease, we have set up 30 inpatient areas. They are nephritis inpatient area, nephropathy syndrome inpatient area, renal failure inpatient area, uremia in patient area, kidney cyst in patient area, diabetical nephropathy in patient area, purpura nephritis in patient area, childhood kidney disease in patient area, nephrotuberculosis in patient area, and kidney rehabilitation in patient area is central. The Blood Purification Center of Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital has been well equipped and is the most largest one in North China. There are 36 sets of dialysis machines, 3 sets of ultrafiltration machines, and 2 sets of water treatment equipment. It can carry out all kinds of different and difficult dialysis. All the dialysis equipment and the water treatment equipment are imported from Germany. This provides the reliable guarantee for clinic treatment. During the clinic dialysis, micro-Chinese medicine or therapy is used to get with it, which practice the theory of the renal fibrosis and proved the effect and scientificity. The clinical laboratory of the hospital are well equipped and can do all kinds of the tests related to the clinical examination of the kidney disease. Among them, the test research on the content of matrix metalproteinase, which can show the degree of renal fibrosis, is the originated project in our country. The program of active factor of cells that can reflect the degree of damaged renal inherent cells, and its recovery is the leading position in the country. In the test of kidney disease, we compare the routine test with the test that can reflect the degree of damaged inherent cells and renal fibrosis, which provide a large number of the practical scientific data for clinical diagnosis and also detailed experimental data for combined treatment of Chinese and Western medicine. It's highly prized in the middle field. International Communication Center of the hospital keeps connecting with the international medical institutions and provide good service for the foreign patients. This center has already put into operation and provide the healthy guarantee of one take treatment here will get lifelong service. Our hospital also provides the whole course service during the patient in administration, hospitalization, and after hospitalization, in order to make the patient to be at ease to take the treatment. Our hospital is the first one to run the hospital in an open tab in 2005 for the patient. If he's the first time coming to our hospital, he will be welcome to have a visit in advance. He can consult with the doctors, have a communication with the hospitalized patient in the ward, and also can discuss with the expert doctors. They also can visit the hospital online visit website, which is established with the investment of 6 million Chinese yuan. The patient can see every inpatient area, every treatment area, each direction and corner at any line, computer, or mobile phone. About the treatment cost, we strictly carry out the national standard and make the patient receive treatment tangibly and trustfully. At normal designed health care hospital, we provide the related medical service strictly according to the policies of the government. The patients with kidney disease from the countryside can all receive standard and professional treatment in our hospital with rural cooperative medical treatment certificate. The cost can be refunded in the related health care center of the country according to the above policies of the government. We will make every effort to increase the effective treatment rate, improve prognosis, and satisfy the patient to the head in treatment method, medical service, and equipment quality. On May 1st, 2010, the largest stem cell center for kidney disease in China has been established in Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital. This stem cell center is the first-class international and modern stem cell research, consisting of the group of excellent professional talents on stem cell transplantation for kidney disease. It aims at helping more patients with mild and end-stage patients to realize their dream of recovery. Many experts in Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital have been to North America, Australia, New Zealand, Beijing, and Shanghai to visit and study. We have brought in the most advanced stem cell treatment technology and talents. Experts make treatment schedule according to the different illness condition of the patient. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital is trying to help more and more patients to realize their recovery dream. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital provides respectively various treatment methods such as characteristic treatment of macro-Chinese medicine, stem cell transplant, and immune absorption according to the patient's physical condition and the progression of the illness condition, so as to keep a kidney disease away from the human beings. Many of our treatment methods are in the leading position nationwide. We want to make the hospital as a school and popularize the common knowledge of the kidney disease in China and even worldwide. We'll put the new medical knowledge into the clinical practice and make the patient become expert and the staff become professor. We have helped many patients with fine of over 50,000 Chinese yuan. The patients are always right is the service concept in our hospital. Anything we did is for the patient, and the patient thing is always important. Achievements and prospects. The history of Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital may be confirmed by two words: indomitable and insistent. Indomitableness is a process of experience and toughening. It's a kind of strength and a kind of great spiritual power which can destroy all, but not oneself. The success of Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital is owing to the spirit of never give up. We never give up to save the life of any patient, and we never give up to catch hold of any chance to improve our medical service. We have got great achievements in these three aspects. First, we have trained an all-conquering and a well-some team. Second, we have an all-special characteristic treatment method and management idea with a strong competitiveness. Third, after going through the hard time and several training, we found a successful operation model in our hospital and improved the service qualities. The patients, medical staff, and the hospital itself has gone through the great changes from the to be trust to confidence and finally to reliance. We will use our honest, enterprising, and hard working to make on the hope of the trust of the patient. Meeting the demands of the patients with heart and soul is our own goal. Shijiazhuang Kidney Disease Hospital will remember its task at any moment, live up to the great trust and the great progress, thus contributing our whole life to the faster development of the Republic healthcare, and lighting the beacon of human health. Thank you.